What's up, guys? It's the fever. Thank you to anybody who's sitting here watching. Today is what's today? September 11th. Um, man. First, before I start talking about NFL and MLB, let's talk about a little 9/11. Most of you probably are watching this. Probably were really young when 9/11 happened 17 years ago. As I was told yesterday, I'm an old guy, so you know, I I remember it like it was yesterday. I think everybody has a story about 9/11, and they know where they were, they know what they were doing. Just such a tragic day, such an awful day to be um, part of. It was a blur in a sense. But a story for me is I've lived in South Florida since 1999. This is a quick story. Um, Friend of mine who I worked with had never been down to New York, so I took him back with me one time when I went home, and we hung out. For like a couple days. We went to the Yankee game. We did Times Square. We did a whole bunch of things in New York because he had never seen New York. He had never been to New York. He'd never seen the Bronx. He's never done any of that stuff. So, we had a great couple days. We hung out, chilled. I remember it was September 9th, 2001. We were um, driving on the New Jersey Turnpike back to Newark Airport to get back on our flight to Florida. And, from the Turnpike, you can see, all of New York. We could see the Twin Towers. We could see, New York. And I remember looking at him and saying, "Hey, Jim, get your last look at the Twin Towers." You know, not knowing that 2 days later they would be gone. It was weird, like words that I'll never ever forget saying. And I even talked to him on Facebook a lot. And today I wrote to him, I still every day think of those words I said. Get a last look at the Twin Towers. 2 days later, they were it was gone. I remember being in New York and Florida when the planes hit and just like the world stopped. It was crazy. But um, my thoughts and prayers are out to every single person who lost somebody, who was affected by that day. I think we all were affected, but obviously families who lost loved ones, firefighters. Um, it was just a rough day. But that's my 9/11 story. Um, it just wasn't a good day. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on in sports. Did anybody see my Jets last night? Woohoo! Man, did they look good. Not the first play of the game, but they looked good. Their defense was absolutely awesome. So happy that Matt Stafford decided to throw to us. Um, Man, did he just look awful? Crazy. I don't know if it was the Jets defense or if it was just him being that bad. But I was so happy with what I saw. Isaiah Crowell did really, really well. Had a nice touchdown run. Wish, you know, Quincy did good. Richie Anderson had a touchdown pass. Darnold was good. I should have went with my gut. I took Stafford because I felt like he was the best quarterback last night out of the four, and he was just, I don't know. Never bet against my Jets. I guess that's what I should have known. But it was a great FanDuel night. I mean, I don't know if you looked at my Twitter yet, but I mean, I've been posting photos from people, and they just won a lot. I mean, it was crazy. It was a good FanDuel night. Um, Gurley had a decent game. Not really. He scored a touchdown in the early part. Didn't really do much. It seemed like a field goal fest in the second half. The Rams defense is really good, but like I was listening this morning, they don't give Derek Carr a chance to throw downfield. I mean, you got weapons, why not use them? A lot of these teams don't do that. Go for the long ball. You know what? 80%, 70%, you're going to get a pass interference call. Why not try? That's why you have all of these big wide receivers against these little short cornerbacks. Throw it. See what happens. But that was that. The Rams look good, like I thought they would. The Jets look good, like I knew they would. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't really think they were going to look good, but scoring 48 points, and they probably could have scored more at the end of the game. They just didn't. I think I need a table, right? I need like a table so that I don't have to keep like touching this every 5 seconds. But I don't know. It's just maybe I'll just sit like this so I can just talk to you. Who's here anyways? Is anybody here? I see 2 people. Shout me out. Say hello. I think a lot of the things that we saw last night are going to be, NFL is going to be great this season. I think we saw a lot of good things this weekend. I think we're gonna do well. I think you guys all should join the fever because we are going to win money this year. I thought this weekend was going to be a bad weekend, and these guys still came up and hit well. God, can I imagine what happens when I have a good weekend? It's going to be sick. But what's up, Heidel? All right. So that's it for NFL, really. I mean, we got another week coming up. Get with me. It's 150 for the season, which you saw people won 250 last night. So obviously, it's not it's there. 15 for the week, $4 for the slate, and $10 for Sunday only. We do multiple lineups, 6, I think there's like 8 or 9 slates, but guys, we're winning. It's just, that's the way it's going to be. I know for a fact. Talking about MLB, man, what a rough start. Like around 7 o'clock, I think my head was just like pounding. The Jets had just thrown their first interception. Darnold had just thrown his interception. The Phillies game, what did I miss? Dude, did these people not get paid to put the tarp on the field? Like, you had all these people coming to the game and you had to put on the field, and it wasn't even raining there last night. How do you cancel it? How do you even – somebody got fired last night. That's it. Somebody got fired. Sorry. Thanks for coming, but you're fired. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's 7 – I think it was like – I saw 7:03. They canceled the game 2 minutes before lock. I sent out an email to all my customers and just said, look, I don't think this game's going to go off. So if you think that you can make a change, make it. Some people did, some people didn't. I was looking at some of the scores that we had last night from FanDuel with the zeros from Hoskins, the zeros from Carlos Santana, the zeros from Cesar Hernandez, the zeros from Nick Williams. We still cashed. We still were high. I can only imagine what would have happened if these guys would have played. Because I loved the Philly stack. The Philly stack was a great stack last night. I'm trying to look right now at what we did score wise. 161, 156, 157. These all had Phillies in them. Who gave me zeros? So God knows what we could have done last night. But nothing I can do about that. I got to go to the next phase and just see what's out there. The next day, which is today, So it looks like it's 16 games. We're gonna do what we usually do. We're gonna run through them. I don't, I'll give little bits here and there about what I like. It's not really 16 games because there's a 3 o'clock game that we're not touching. Looks like there's more rain in Philly. Um, there's 2 6 o'clock games which I probably won't be touching either. 2 game slates are boring. It is a 2 game slate, right? Let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, it looks like a 2 gamer. It looks like the Dodgers and Cincy and Houston, Detroit. Quick rundown of these games that I'm looking at. Most people are going to go Rye and Valdez. They're going to stack the Houston bats against Zimmerman because he's awful. Some people might take the Dodgers lefties against Castillo. These are some of the people that I think people take, but let's get into it a little bit. Oakland versus Baltimore, Fires versus Cobb. Oakland has a 5.25 run total with a 9 over under. So it looks like Vegas is loving Oakland. You could go, Lowry, Olsen, Davis, Martini. Those are guys against Baltimore that I would take. On the flip side, you can go Villar, Chris Davis, Mullins. I think I'll probably be more Oakland than I would be Baltimore, but with a 9 run total, you definitely can't, ignore it. Washington, Philly. Again, it's the second part of a doubleheader from yesterday. Pavetta versus Rourke. There is some weather. I definitely would fade this game completely. I don't like Pavetta. I don't like Rourke, however you say it. I think that, if you want to go Philly bats, you can go Philly bats, Santana, Nick Williams, Herrera, the usual suspects. Let's see. Cleveland, Tampa, Shane Bieber versus Gazno. We all know that Tyler Gazno got rocked last time since I had him. Against Cleveland, it probably shouldn't be much better. Cleveland's hot with a 407 run total. You go Brantley, you go Lindor, you go Ramirez. Those are the guys that are swinging the hot hand. On the flip side, you can go Chow. You can go Bowers. These guys are swinging hard for Tampa, and they might be able to get to Bieber. So, Tampa just doesn't seem to go away. For some reason, I think I saw last night they came back and won 7-6 against Cleveland. So, Choi I think hit a home run at the end. So it's somebody that you might want to look at. But definitely Cleveland stack. Mets Miami have some weather issues, but DeGrom, Urena, obviously everybody's gonna like DeGrom here. Urena's so. I mean, against the Mets lefty offense, he's up and down. I don't ever take him, but he's up and down. If you want to go Conforto, Bruce, McNeil, I think we all understand that. On the flip side, I don't take any Miami bats. I think they're awful. Boston, Toronto, Baraki versus Sale. Everybody and their mother is going to have Chris Sale tonight. We all know it. 8.5 run total. He's got the Boston has a 5.56 run total, so He's going to have the backing. Everybody's going to stack Boston's righties. Everybody's going to take Sale. Try to figure out a way to be different. You know, they got Betts, they got JD, they got Bogarts, they got Pierce, they got who else do they have? They have other players. So try to be something different there. That's what I'm looking at for that game. Hopefully we'll get some value pitchers so that you can put your Boston team in, you can put your Cleveland team in. But let's take a look at what else we got. Quintana versus Chaseen. I swear these pitchers pitch every freaking day. And I feel like they match up every single day. Okay. Well, Sale's only going 2 to 3 innings, I'm told, so fade him. I guess that makes sense after coming off the disabled list. He's not somebody that you want to take. Go Boston offense and fade Sale because it's obviously going to be a relief game. I still wouldn't take any Toronto bats. If you want to, smoke Morales, McKinney. But back to this Milwaukee game, no run total that I see. Milwaukee bats are in play, obviously, against Quintana, Kane, Braun, Aguilar. Those are the guys I'd probably be looking at. On the flip side, it's Rizzo, Schwarber, Murphy. Both of these pitchers could be shut down pitchers also. So, but I could also see this game being like an 8-5 game. So that's what I would be looking at for that game. I really like, Yanks, Minnesota, Sonny Gray back up in the rotation against Tyler Duffy. Anybody know anything about Tyler Duffy? Yeah, me neither. I like Sonny Gray here. I do. I think he's, fixed whatever little maybe mechanics he's got wrong. He's been a top pitcher, for a couple of years. Minnesota, yes, they are left-handed heavy, but I think at 6.9, he's worth a shot. Why not? So he's definitely somebody that I will have in my lineups. Tyler Duffy, I'm taking a look to see what we got with him. Let's take a look and see what we got with the Duff man. Okay, he's just a reliever. It's going to be a relief game. Last game he pitched 0.2 innings and gave up 3 earned runs, so he's not good. Take the Yanks. I mean, obviously it's a no-brainer this tonight. Obviously the big boys are going to come out to play. It's going to be the Yanks. It's going to be Boston. It's going to be Cleveland. Take Stanton, Hicks, Gardner, Torres. Just to name a few. Those are the guys that I'm looking at. Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Mikolas versus Musgrove. This game could be 8-7. It could be 8-7, or it could be like 2-1. These pitchers, I don't know. I think for me, this is a fade game. If I had to go, I would probably just go Carpenter, Wong, Matt Adams, Polanco, Moran, Bell, Dickerson. I would go with the lefties, but I'm probably not going to touch this game at all. Dylan Convoy versus Brad Keller. I like the offenses in this game. O'Hearn's been, hit another home run last night. Goodwin's always a good pick. Polka hit a home run last night. Moncada. This game I could see maybe being 9-8, 9-7. So definitely look at this offense to give you some Maybe some value if you need it. But that's who I would be looking at for that game. There's no pitchers that I really like that are. Wow, we haven't gotten to any pitchers yet that I really like that are low priced. We haven't got to any really good pitchers. Colorado game. Both run totals are really over 5. Greinke versus Sensala. I don't even know how to say his name. Centalia. Whatever. Sensatalia, you're getting bombed tonight. It's as simple as that. Goldschmidt, Peralta, Pollock. You're in Coors. You're awful. I'm not taking you. Greinke, on the other hand, he's been a star pitcher. But Colorado's got those lefty bats. I'm gonna have to do a deeper dive into him, but definitely the Arizona offense is something I'm looking at. Looks like we got the battle of the scrubs here for Texas and the Angels. Adrian Sampson versus Jim Johnson. All right, Adrian Sampson pitched 0.1 inning and gave up 2 earned runs last game. And Johnson pitched 1 inning and had 2 strikeouts. But they're both just relievers. So it's going to be a relief game. Take the batters, go Trout, go Upton, go Chu, go Mazzaro, go Gallo, go Beltre. This game could be 12-10. It could. It also could be really low scoring because of the relievers, but I doubt that's really going to be the case. I definitely would take batters here. God, there's no pitching, no help in pitching today. Wow. San Diego, Seattle. I guess this is the relief that if we're looking for it. Brian Mitchell versus Marco Gonzalez. Gonzalez is the pitcher I would take against San Diego's lefties. They're a minus 200. I like Seattle's bats. I like, D. Gordon, Seager, Cruz, Span. So, it looks like the lowest guy I probably would go at would be 7.2 Marco Gonzalez. But truck coming through. I'm on like a busy street here. It's weird. I don't know. But last game of the slate, Atlanta, San Francisco. Fulton Everidge versus Suarez. Obviously, Fulties looks good here against a bad San Francisco team, who I never take. On the flip side, Suarez against a left-handed heavy team. Acuna looks good. Albies, he's switch hitter. You could. I think that there's so many other bats to take. I think Atlanta bats are not really my priority today. And Suarez isn't the worst. He's just not the best. But definitely Atlanta. This is going to be a hard slate, guys. There's not a lot of pitching here to help us. A lot of the pitching is at the top. Faulty and wow, DeGrom. If it plays, you're gonna Gray. You're gonna have to take a Greinke. You're gonna have to take a chance with some of these guys, but some of the lower end guys. You might have to take a Mikolas against Pittsburgh, or a Musgrove versus St. Louis, or a Keller against against the White Sox. Because if you want to fit in some of these Yankee bats or Cleveland bats or even the Boston bats, it's going to be hard, even the Texas and the Angels game, you're going to want their bats in there too, man. It's not going to be easy today. I can tell you that. But that's what fantasy baseball is all about. It's a guessing game. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it today? So that's a little bit about that. We talked NFL, we talked 9/11, we talked MLB. Remember, tomorrow I'm going to be a guest host on a radio station called Fantasy. I guess it's Fantasy Network News. I put them on my Twitter yesterday. Check them out. They're going to have me on there. We're going to talk some sports. I don't know what we're talking about. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bit of MLB, obviously, NFL. I'm definitely going to be nervous talking, on the phone to the guy, but I wish I could just sit in a studio and just chill out and just talk. It's like, but with a phone and stuff to your ear, it's like weird on a phone call. It's definitely awkward. But I'm definitely looking forward to being a guest host. Hopefully, they'll, some people listen to some of my opinions and, my views. And yeah, and that's what you got to remember, guys, is, a lot of these guys that are on the radio and these guys that are on, TV, it's their opinion. They don't know. They can look at stats and they can look at all the stuff that they want, but they don't know. We put out the best thing that we can from what we see, but your gut has to play a role in it. Stats play a role in it. Matchups play a role in everything. Weather obviously plays a role in everything. So, hopefully I'll be accepted into the network and they'll like what I bring. I'm an honest person who just basically tells you how I feel and what I think. I think I, have a lot of knowledge of sports, and I've been watching, since I was very little. But that's about it. I'm gonna get out of here. It's maybe I'll go to the beach for a little bit. It's hot out, hot and humid. But I hope you guys have a good day. Don't forget to check out my Twitter all the time. At Top 10 FanDuel. So that's it. Let's rise. Have a good day, guys. Never forget 9/11.